Welcome to the second part of my theory. Often, the classical theory is considered the narrow view of CSR, and listed here are the main arguments against it. So, one of which is that CSR is unethical, and they argue that companies only exist to maximize profit. So, we discussed this in the in part one via Friedman and his views. The second one, the invisible hand. Coming from Broomer, he says that in order to fulfill their institutional responsibility to society, corporations should limit any social activities. And CSR is considered one of those social activities, and this can add cost and therefore reduce their profit. So they should not engage in CSR then. In other words, if they just have to um, play with the book, no, just don't break the law, and the market will just ensure responsibility. So this is the essence of the invisible hand. Also, coming from Broomer, he also mentioned methodological individualism. This means that there's the belief that the individual is the center of a value system. Individuals seek their own satisfaction and act rationally to increase personal satisfaction. So in relation to corporations, in corporation law, corporations are considered persons or juridical persons. So here, a take off from this methodological individualism, then corporations can seek their own satisfaction, and one of which is, of course, having economic gain in the form of profit. The other argument is that it is government's responsibility. In The government should function to promote activities and laws that protect or benefit the public, and corporations pay taxes anyway, so it should be the government's role to provide social safety nets. So we see this in the four Ps, which the government implement to address poverty. And in relation to this, also, businesses say that they 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 have already made their share, and it should be the government's obligation to provide the social safety net, as I mentioned. The other one is that basically the business is incapable of dealing with social issues. They almost have no knowledge and capacity. So this is a take off from from the impersonal side of business. And this dovetails with the previous slide where I mentioned that it is the government's responsibility to provide the social safety nets, and so that the business should not engage in CSR. This one is coming from the anti-capitalist viewpoint. These views are that if allowed in corporations, it will impose its values, and one of which is um, greenwashing. So they see green CSR as a form of greenwashing. It is a type of deceptive marketing. It's a type of deceptive marketing practice that misleads the public into believing that the company is being eco-friendly when some of its practices are not. So, for instance, a corporation would say or would label recycling in their products, but then they're not totally committed to it in the first place. So they are against this type of marketing. And in general, they see CSR as a marketing ploy on the part of companies to gain profit. So this is um, summary of the main arguments of why the classical theory is considered the narrow view. So CSR is unethical because the companies are just for business and profit making. It is government responsibility and not uh, the corporation, because these corporations they lack the capacity to deal with issues such as poverty and homelessness. And then there's actually the invisible hand. So if you just allow the market forces and just follow the rules, then no need for CSR. And coming from the anti-capitalist, they see CSR as a marketing strategy. The first question is, can a corporation that is not making a profit engage in CSR? In other words, a stock corporation must be making money if it wants to initiate a CSR program. The second question is the classical theory anti-CSR? If yes, then why is it considered a theory of CSR in the first place? If no, what aspects of the theory make it part of CSR theories? So I will post these questions in our dashboard. Thank you for watching.